Hi everyone, welcome back to KBIS G+ Hangouts. It is an exciting day because we have an announcement about a brand new program that recognizes retail showrooms and consumer connection in the kitchen and bath industry. So we're going to be talking about that today. Thanks for joining us. With me is my co-host Brian Pagel, Vice President of Kitchen and Bath for Emerald Expositions. And our special guest today is Sean Sullivan, and he is the Associate Publisher and Group Marketing Director for the Hearst Design Group. And the Hearst Design Group is comprised of House Beautiful, Veranda, and Elle Decor magazine. So great to have Sean here. Sean oversees the programs and the partnerships with the advertisers in the home design industry. So he's in charge of things like events and show homes and the digital interactions and special issues for the Hearst Design Group. Happy to have you here, Sean. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me. Leanne, Brian, good to be here, and I'm really excited to be talking about our program today.
Fantastic. And also with us is Veronika Miller, and she's the CEO of Modenus. She's a KBIS media partner, and we know she's busy organizing Blog Tour Vegas that we're all excited about, but we pulled her away today just to tap her knowledge on showrooms, since that's what we're talking about today. Welcome, Veronika.
Hi, Leanne. Thanks for having me.
Okay, Brian, we're going to dive right in here. So let's make the big KBIS announcement of the new program. Go.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are very excited today to announce the first ever Innovative Showroom Awards competition at KBIS to celebrate and showcase innovation and unique and interactive showroom design. From an NKBA perspective, I mean, this is an excellent opportunity to really show the best of the best from a showroom competition, but you don't have to be an NKBA member to participate. It's an exciting program, and we're really happy that the Hearst Design Group will be supporting this. I know Sean will get into that in just a minute, but just some high-level points on this new program. There's going to be 6 categories that can be entered in. It's going to include everything from independent to multi-branch showrooms. We've broken it out by size, so small, medium, and large. Everyone's going to have an opportunity to participate. There will be 6 categories we'll be judged on with an overall winner, so 7 awards total. And voting will take place on our Facebook page. And all the winners will be highlighted at KBIS 2015, and they'll obviously be acknowledged by Hearst as well. So it's a great opportunity to highlight the best of the best from a showroom standpoint, and we look forward to what this will mean for 2015.
Fantastic, a great new program, and I think it's important to mention too the nomination process, because everyone can nominate their favorite showroom. Attendees, exhibitors can nominate themselves, retailers can nominate themselves, and we're going to do that through social media, so that's going to be really exciting. I think everyone has had that experience where they've walked in to purchase something and they've just been blown away by either the design in a showroom or perhaps, and importantly, the customer experience in the showroom. And that's a great segue to bring in the Hearst Design Group on this. Sean, we just had this conversation this week about amazing customer experiences in the retail environment. So perhaps you can tell us why the Hearst Design Group is so excited about this new program.
Sure. Well, the first thing, though, I want to say, what brought it to us is the importance of KBIS to our magazines. We go every year, and it's a great place for the editors to get new ideas, see new products for the pages, and also for we on the publishing side to meet our clients and get updates on their business goals and objectives. So just being approached by KBIS was a wonderful thing, and this program dovetails with what the magazines do so well. We want to inspire our readers. We want to capture new ideas, new designs, and get them involved. And we think that's something that a showroom can do. We want to offer tools to assist them. To help them with the process, especially with professionals. So we speak to readers and consumers who oftentimes need a professional designer, a contractor, an architect, and a good showroom will help you through that process, not only to bring your professional, your designer with you, but also the people in the showroom to assist with the process and see you through, from the beginning to the end and be there for you. So there's a lot of good fits with what the magazine wants to do for our consumers and what the showrooms, I'm sure, want to do for their customers.
Fantastic. And I think everyone can, as I said, relate to a favorite showroom. Sean, can you give us a few examples? And we don't even really have to talk about really the kitchen and bath industry. Like our conversation the other day talked about experiences in other industries, but But can you give us an example of maybe a fabulous kind of retail experience?
Well, yeah, I think we've all experienced them, but one that came to mind as far as sort of new, the relatively new Apple stores. When you go into one, for the first time at return, there's an energy, it looks different. It's sort of like the products themselves. People get excited, and it becomes an event to go to them. There are other stores and showrooms that have been around for a long time but still do a wonderful job of engagement. We thought of Williams-Sonoma, and it's wonderful to go in the stores and you're greeted, and then oftentimes in the bigger stores they have that wonderful kitchen display. And very low-key, people are there and you get to test and try things, and it's a wonderful point of entry into the store. Some of the things, since we had that conversation, I was talking to our crew back here at the office, and we were just thinking of other examples of wonderful customer service. A personal shopper at a department store. The Ralph Lauren flagship here in New York, they actually have a car and driver that, for VIP customers, will come and pick you up. So these are just different little ways to show the customer you care and to really help get them what they need.
And we know there are obviously many, many examples in the kitchen and bath industry, but we don't want to give them away because we want them to enter these showroom awards, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
and there are some new ones. I guess we're going to sort of, not tip our hand or influence the judges, but there definitely are some of these trends that are showing up in kitchen and bath showrooms. And it's really just embracing the customer and thinking about what they need and ways to meet that. To inspire, to get them thinking, and then to help them throughout the process.
Exactly. Now, I know Veronika, as a former kitchen designer and showroom owner, and it's actually interesting that you currently operate in mostly digital spaces, but I know you have very strong opinions on the actual kind of bricks and mortar showroom, and we'd love to hear what you think about this contest and maybe some experiences that you've had.
Well, my comment on the contest is that it was high time that somebody really put some of these folks in the spotlight. Showrooms had to go through some tough years. They pay rents, they pay mortgages, they have this brick and mortar thing to uphold. So it's really important for them to reposition themselves in the industry in a way that works. And some have looked at technology as a great support instrument. Others simply beefed out exactly the opposite, the human factor, the knowledge factor for consumers and design professionals alike to be able to come there and really feel like they were in good hands. I think both are really, really important elements in where showrooms are going today. So I'm very curious to see this rolling out. Hope we'll get lots of nominations to see what people really like about their showroom. They're never going to go away. We need the touching, the feeling. We need the human interaction. So it's great to see this initiative rolling out with KBIS and Hearst. And can't wait to really hear what people are doing that are out there in the trenches every day.
And any examples, Veronika, that you can think of? I know you travel all over. You via blog tour, you get to go to showrooms in, for example, London, Milan, other locations. Is there any example that kind of jumps out at you that you could share with our audience?
There is, and I know you said not kitchen and bath, but can I do an international kitchen and bath kind of thing?
Okay, well, maybe.
Well, it was just such a great experience that we had in Milan in a showroom by Jessie, who are also in the U.S. Bathroom, decorative plumbing and hardware kind of product. And the experience in the space was phenomenal. It was 2.5 floors underground space of which was a theater, I think, back in the 1920s, and they converted this into this experience space that had everything from the old theater still in place to just a number of really, really beautiful vignettes. And interestingly enough, not just product vignettes that focused around the Jessie brand, but all vignettes were set up with individual products that could be purchased that might have been antique products that stylists brought in. So it was so exciting it was like a treasure hunt walking through this space. And the most interesting part to me was that it made the showroom relevant throughout the year. So even if you weren't in the market for a sink or a faucet, you could go there and find other things, and they've really expanded that into sort of a lifestyle concept, which I thought was, for me, a real wow factor.
Mm-hmm.
That I just want to jump in because it's such a great point about creating a context for showing product. It's not enough to have a showroom or store that has everything. I mean, it doesn't even have to have everything, but it's the way that you present it and get people to engage, both from the customer point of view, but also from the manufacturer, who is very important to make sure that you're presenting the benefits and the attributes, so it really shows off all the products and what makes them special. And I love the idea of doing it in a theater. I mean, that just must be so much fun to see it, and you're so well presented.
It was amazing, yeah.
And really, our community here is the design community. So visual people, what you can do. It's that presentation, right, Sean? It's just so important.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a design industry, so we can't lose track of that.
Yes, we're not talking auto parts. We're talking very lovely things. So, okay, Brian, there's a few details that we need to share about the Innovative Showrooms Award. So, can you kind of talk just a few logistics and what's happening over the next week or so?
Yeah, absolutely. But first, I think it goes without saying we're so very excited about the launch of this program. We've often thought, how can we better engage the showrooms, really the unsung heroes in many cases within the design space. And so we're so excited to be able to bring this to the forefront. And thank you so much to Hearst for partnering with us on this. I know we've talked over the last several years on how we can find ways to work together, and this is just a wonderful marriage, and we certainly look forward to working with you in that regard. As far as the competition, a few quick things to point out. Next week we'll be rolling out all the details. We'll be opening up, the launch with a strong social media presence, which will be accepting our nominations via social channels. So start thinking of different showrooms that you think kind of embody, really that whole thought of innovation and approaching the consumer differently. We're going to take the top 18 entries, and they will have a strong presence at KBIS. We'll be outlining through imagery on really what makes them innovative. What are they doing differently? We want to help tell that story. And ultimately, we'll be announcing the award winners during a ceremony at KBIS, in which we'll be obviously calling out the best of the best. And I know our friends at Hearst are excited to help us to announce those winners at KBIS next year. So, please stay tuned for the details. Start thinking of different showrooms that you think meet this criteria, and we'll be launching it out on our social media channels early next week.
Great. And you know what, Brian, we didn't really tell you, and Sean, you'll be interested in this, but Veronika just happened to, I think it was in a closed group this morning, start talking about showrooms, and with almost automatically so many people had so many opinions on either their favorite or they were sharing customer experiences. So I think this is going to be great engagement over all of our platforms and for all of our attendees, exhibitors. It's going to be a really, really exciting program. So.
Yeah, we know it.
So we are going to tie it up. We're at 1:14. Next week we're flipping back actually to Thursday, so please join us then. September, and I have to do a big reminder, the rates in September for registration are special early bird rates, so please register now. Please book your hotel room now. We're going to be rolling out the KBIS High Roller program as of October 1st. We're going to be talking about that next week. We're going to be talking about a few more social media initiatives and some highlights of voices from the industry, from the NKBA. So mark your calendars for October 2nd. So once again, great conversation. Thank you so much, Sean. I hope you'll come back on when we're closer to the show. Veronika, thank you so much for your insight. And happy Friday, everyone, and have a great weekend.
You too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay.